Hello, you Sooner fans, and this is Harry James Taylor with your Boomer Sooner News update. Football-wise, the University of Oklahoma football program, along with Bob Stoops, Josh Heupel, and the Oklahoma offense, has named the football Blaker, Blake Bell, officially as the second-string backup quarterback to starter Landry Jones. Last year, the backup was Drew Allen. Blake Bell beat him out, obviously, this year. Sticking with the offense, former defensive end Geno Grissom, who asked Bob Stoops if he could be moved to tight end, will make his first official start at tight end when they play the University of Utah of El Paso next week. It looks like that will happen. And on the defensive side, and on a lighter note, finally, football-wise, Bennett Okacha, a reserve defensive back and safety cornerback, has decided to leave the University of Oklahoma campus. Basketball-wise, the men's basketball schedule, the second half of the schedule, the non-conference schedule, was finally released. They have key games. This is a team that last year, as we all know, had some struggling times. It improved, but still had struggling times. They'll get payback. They'll get playback games at ORU and at Arkansas, respectively, this season. And the toughest home test, or home test, if you will, or closest test, will be a non-conference test in the All-College Classic, when they will face former Big 12 and current SEC opponent Texas A&M. The Kruger and Company lost 2 or 3 games to the Aggies last year, but all 3 games were very, very, very close, coming down to the second half, final 5 minutes. Remember the game, I believe it was in College Station, Oklahoma actually had a chance. The Aggies actually ended up winning that game in overtime. Something pretty interesting about that All-College Classic. The date officially is called the 15th. That's when the Chesapeake Energy Arena has everything set up for it. But Oklahoma State University has a game on the 16th against the University of Central Arkansas, which is very, very, very interesting. Because, of course, the All-College Classic usually has both OU and OSU involved. And they're probably not going to invite Central Arkansas into the All-College Classic. So they will have to find either another team in the All-College Classic or Oklahoma and Texas A&M be the only 2 teams involved in the All-College Classic. Finally, in basketball, this is huge, guys. This is huge. Oklahoma 4-star recruit Jordan Woodard, out of Edmond Memorial, has decided to sign with the Oklahoma Sooners for the next draft class. He's the number 4. He's the number 4 recruit. He's probably the number 1 player in the state, and he's staying here in Oklahoma. Huge, huge, huge signing here. He's a Long Kruger kind of point guard. And speaking of in-state recruits that are staying home, Jacob Hammond, a homeschooled student from Duncan, played for the Oklahoma City Sky. Jacob Hammond really doesn't. So with that being said, Jacob Hammond doesn't really have a high school to play for. But if he had a high school to play for, he would be up in the top. The last time the University of Oklahoma basketball program kept these kind of two high-profile kids in state, we all remember what happened, and that was the year that both Blake Griffin and Cade Davis stayed on board. We all remember what happened with that. They got all the way to the Elite 8. They could have made it to the Sweet 16 if they had had any other draw but North Carolina. That was a hard pill to swallow when you're playing North Carolina. Anything basketball related, particularly in the tournament. Don't forget about the alumni game that happens tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon. It is free. 12 o'clock, doors open at 11, Lloyd Noble Center. Should be fun, should be exciting. They will honor the 88 team. Lawton, Oklahoma native Stacey King will be there. Mookie Blaylock and all those guys, all the 88 guys. I would imagine we'll all be there. Billy Tubbs, of course, with that. If you're looking for something to do and you're just bored out of your skull and you just cannot wait till football season, let me tell you this right here. Go see, and you have to be a sports fan, not necessarily an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, but it helps if you are. The Oklahoma City Thunder movie, Thunderstruck. Oklahoma City native, former Shorthorn, Kevin Durant, and one of my favorite comedians, Jim Belushi, star in the comedy about Kevin Durant. He loses his KD35 basketball skills to a kid in high school. He doesn't even make his freshman team, and blah, 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 blah. What's key here also is the cameos that are actually made in this movie. And this is pretty cool. Kelly Kroll, who actually helps with Fox Sports Oklahoma, Fox Sports Net, if you're out of the Oklahoma region. Fox Sports Net, Kelly Kroll, what she does is she's really the sideline reporter for the Thunder. She's in this movie. Also in this movie, this is really cool here. Are you ready for this? Kevin Durant actually reached out to Channel 4 and actually got Kevin Ogle, Linda Cavanaugh, and Bob Berry Jr. To come in and help him do this movie. Kevin and Linda, you may know them, and Bob, you may know BBJ, you may know them all from what they do on Channel 4. If you don't know who BBJ is, you might know him also as the sports analysts on WWLS in the mornings. But this is what's really cool, is the tie-in that all three of these guys had to Oklahoma, and that Kevin was able to reach out for them. Obviously, Linda Cavanaugh has been here for many years, since the 70s. And then, of course, Ogle and BBJ are tied in in that Kevin is the son of Jack Ogle. Jack Ogle, who used to be there at Channel 4, and, of course, also used to be at Channel 4, Bob Berry Jr. is the son of the original Bob Berry, the voice of Channel 4 and the former voice of the Oklahoma Sooners. This is a super good movie. I love it. All I did was talk about the cameos, and I'm excited about it. The movie itself is pretty good. I loved it. I am a big Thunder fan, so with that. Plus the fact is Steve Kerr, Marv Alberts, all those guys, the TNT crew, the Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, all of them are in that too. It's pretty neat. I wish they could have gotten ESPN involved in it a little bit more, but it's a good watch if you are a Thunder fan or an NBA fan. It's pretty cool too, because it lets you get to see a pretty good, hilarious side to Kevin Durant. Not to mention that Jim Belushi's in this movie. Jim Belushi is like awesomely funny, in my opinion. I love the guy. I think he's a great comedian. That's it. Of course, next we'll talk about tailgating. We'll talk about real smash mouth football, where the University of Oklahoma will take on the UTEP Miners. That happens next Saturday, everybody. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. Thanks to all my viewers, and Boomer Sooner!